Employment. Madam Speaker, job creation ranks top on the government's socio-economic agenda. The number of workers subscribing to the various pension schemes in the country increased more than 3.4 million members in the financial 23-24, an increase of 4.2% compared to 3.0%, sorry, 0.3 compared to 0.301 million members in financial 22-23. Madam Speaker, the latest reports indicate that the direct beneficiaries of the Presidential Initiative on Jobs and Wealth Creation, MATIA, has reached 2,237,402 in December 2023. In the past 1 year alone, MATIA funds have created 378,640 new direct jobs. This was about 40,000 additional new jobs created compared to the new jobs created in the previous year. On the other front, so far, 1.165 million households have received PDM funds worth 1.126 trillion as of May 2024, and estimated to create about 2.5 million jobs. A total of 23,083 youth projects have benefited 263,897 youth under the youth livelihood program in areas of agriculture, trade, services, and industry. This has created over 1,250,000 indirect jobs. Similarly, the National Special Grant for Persons with Disabilities is supporting 6,282 enterprises, benefiting 49,372 persons with disabilities. Madam Speaker, government is also going to create more formal jobs and related livelihoods through a number of project-funded interventions. Notable among these are the GROW and INVITE projects. The GROW program is expected to directly benefit over 80,000 female-owned enterprises, 280,000 female entrepreneurs, and 1.6 million indirect beneficiaries. Another 200,000 new jobs are expected to be created from new investments through the INVITE project. Fiscal performance, Madam Speaker, as a result of our fiscal consolidation agenda, which is intended to enhance revenue collection, limit borrowing for only critical and strategic investments, and control government expenditure. Government's fiscal deficit has reduced to 4.5% of GDP this financial year from 5.5% of GDP last year. Madam Speaker, the projected domestic revenue outturn for financial 22-24 is shillings 27.725 trillion against the target of shillings 29.672 trillion, leading to a revenue shortfall of over 1.9 trillion. The Uganda Revenue Authority is working hard in the remaining days to reduce this shortfall. The revenue to GDP ratio is estimated at 13.6% of GDP in financial 23-24. Domestic revenue for financial 24-25 is projected to amount to shillings 31.982 trillion, equivalent to 14.2% of our GDP. economic growth strategy and outlook. Madam Speaker, Uganda's economic outlook is positive and optimistic. I will repeat this. Madam Speaker, Uganda's economic outlook is positive and optimistic. The economy has remained resilient and has fully recovered from a myriad of internal and external shocks. Next financial year, the economy is projected to get back to Uganda's steady state growth potential of between 6.4% and 7%, and double-digit over the next 5 years. We are there. It is projected that next financial year, 2024-25, Uganda's GDP will further expand to shillings 225.5 trillion, which is equivalent to $60 billion. These numbers exclude the anticipated oil and gas revenues, as well as the planned interventions to grow the economy tenfold. We shall update the projections in the medium term. Madam Speaker, this growth will be driven by, 1, increased oil and gas activities as we move towards the first oil production in financial year 2025-26. 2, growth in exports supported by increase in regional trade in the East African Community and COMESA, intra-Africa trade, and harnessing existing and new trading partners in the Middle East and Asia.